Okay, we're back. We've generated our surface. Stuff looks pretty good. We got some contours going through the walls there. Something I like to do in all my drawings, and that I have everyone here do, is isolate the building, offset the building 2 feet. See how I've rounded that off? I don't want that offset gap type 0. Sometimes you want that if you're buffering something, but we don't want that. So we're going to offset it 2 feet. Should make a hard corner. We'll do it to the shed too. I'm going to say H for hatch. Pick internal point, so it hatches everything in there. Select it. Sometimes it gives you weird warnings when you hatch something on a surface, but it doesn't seem to affect the surface at all. And into my hatch pattern name, I use this one. Change my color to 246, which is like a scaled back light gray color. And the lines are way too close together, so we're going to change the scale, make it 10. Not crazy about that angle. Change the angle of the scale. That's probably the best we're going to get because it's got this a lot of weird angles on it. So let's stick with 30. And then we're going to say associative, no. And that allows us to delete this inner line. If we hadn't done that, it would, when we got rid of that inside line, it would extend the hatch through the whole building, which I don't want to do. The reason I like to do that is it's an indicator of what's the inside of the building, what's the outside. Now we're going to go to surface, add surface labels, contours, single. If we can pick and it labels it, boom. See 5, 10, 15, 20, they're all like a different color, which is a little bit darker when we plot. Seem to be going down, which makes sense because we're getting closer to the water's edge. There you have it. That's how you label the surface. Now let's go to our drawing sheet. Oh man, it looks like a total mess. Well, that's because we have the wrong point group at the top. See, look, let me slow down a minute. Prospector tab, point groups, expand that. All points is at the top. That means we can see every single point and it's all its display properties. And we're going to bring that back down again. This area is still a complete mess. So is this, but the rest of it starting to look like something. Let's select this pavement, which is supposed to be a dashed line. We're going to select similar, select all the paving, and we're going to go to our properties and make sure that the line type generation is enabled. That looks better. It's more uniform. What's going on there? Do you see that? If I grab this and I can move it around, it means that viewport is not locked. And I must have zoomed. So I'm going to set that. I'm going to select this viewport. I'm going to set it for 30 scale. And hit regen, RE, return. Select it, and I'm going to lock it. Now, if I click in there and zoom in and out, I can still zoom in, but it's not zooming in this window. There's one of my corners. You can see the surface labels. And we don't want so many of them right there. If that's 65 and that's 67, you can tell that that should be 66. So it doesn't necessarily have to be labeled. We have these all bunched up here. Might be a good spot to surface, add surface labels. Let's do multiple segments. We're in this active viewport. Click, drag a line through all of those. It labels every single one. It's pretty cool, but they also all stay together, and you can swing it around. I don't think I want to do that in this case. Surface, add labels, single segment. Let's label that one. This one, let's label the major there, which is a slightly different color. The next major, next major. These ones are more spread out, so we'll label them all. We're just about done with surface modeling. Let me show you something else. We can change our surface display. Prospector tab, surfaces, go to this surface, definition. Let's right click on our surface properties. Information, this is how it's being displayed. So we could show the triangles if we want. See all those? And we can go to surface, edit surface. Swap edges, delete a line. We can delete some of these triangle lines if they're causing trouble. We could swap edges. And then when we go back to our display, they changed there. I don't think we wanted to do that. So undo swap edge. And we'll go to properties, change it back to this type. So you can use that to troubleshoot where you have little odd things happening that don't seem correct with your contouring. It's important to save periodically, so we're going to save this drawing. I'm going to stop this here.